It is Sunday, the 2nd of October 2022, and it is minutes after the Penrith Panthers have won the 2022 NRL Telstra Premiership by defeating the Parramatta Eels 28-12. I've literally just watched the final ceremony and just thought I had to get my thoughts down on the day that it happened. So this will be brief, but I just wanted to do this for history's sake. Maybe I will listen to this in the future, or maybe other people will. Who knows? But this is for history. Penrith winning the grand final, 28-12, back-to-back premierships, like the Roosters did in 18 and 19. Their third grand final in as many years. And I think it's deserved that they've at least won two premierships out of the last 3 years of dominance. I think it would be a poor representation of their dominance if they had only won one and the Eels upset them tonight. So I think it's well deserved from the Panthers. They're a step above any other team. In particular, this year they were. Now they've got two wins, two premierships in 3 years, and as much as it would have been exciting and unbelievable and drought-breaking for the Eels to win, I just thought the Panthers deserved it though, and their dominance showed particularly in the first half, and right through pretty much only until the last 10 minutes when the Eels got a couple in consolation, but it was like one of the most dominant grand finals I've ever seen, and what a grand final it was. I know it was pretty comfortable from the Panthers, but I thought it was a cracking match. Ashley Klein finally officiated a good game, and there was barely any stoppages, barely any penalties. Props to him. He reffed it well. And it was a good, clean match of pure skill, and it was decided by the players. And that's why the Penrith Panthers came out on top. Having said that, it should have been 24-12, 4 points that shouldn't have been awarded to the Panthers due to a Brian To'o try where Mitchell Moses was arguably obstructed in defence by a kick out. He was knocked over on the inside shoulder, and all year that's been an obstruction and a penalty. But not this game. So the Eels were hard done by there, but look, it doesn't matter. It would have only taken 4 points off, and the Panthers would have won regardless. And I'm glad the Eels at least got one try. They ended up getting two in literally 2 minutes. The 76th and 77th minute. The first one was Clint Gutherson, and I thought there couldn't have been more of a deserving try for the Eels players that created the try. It was Isaiah Papali'i making the break and the offload to Clint Gutherson. Obviously, Papali'i it seems like reluctantly going to the Tigers next year, but nevertheless he is going. It seems like it's been confirmed. And so his final game for Parramatta, and he sets up a bullocking run and a beautiful try assist to Clint Gutherson, and we know how much Gutherson has been important to the Eels ever since he joined them, and I love Gutho. I'm glad he got a try in a grand final. It's very well deserved. And then the second one, Jake Arthur. How about it? That was a good moment as well, and I'm sure the coach and father, Brad Arthur, will cherish that forever. But it was all the Panthers running in 5 tries to 2, and they were leading 28-0 to begin with. It was Stephen Crichton in the 10th minute, so the first 10 minutes were cracking, barely any stoppages, brilliantly officiated, and it was just the teams getting a feel for the game and end-to-end footy. And Stephen, it was a beautiful inside back on the inside ball from Edwards, I think it was, with the try assist to Stephen Crichton. Beautiful run from Crichton. We haven't seen him in good air like that for a while, and that was a great try to get the Panthers on the board early. And then it was Brian To'o in the 17th minute. That was just a brilliant, perfect attacking play from the Panthers, shifting it out wide, and Brian To'o bullocking over Clint Gutherson, the last line of defence, to score in the corner. It was Scott Sorensen in the 27th minute. Nathan Cleary putting on a show, doing a beautiful grubber kick when Clint Gutherson was in the line on the 5th tackle, and he only needed one runner because we know his kick wouldn't go dead, and it was Scott Sorensen. Love the super sub off the bench. He has been outstanding for them, and he gets a try in a grand final. It was Brian Toto for a second in the 45th minute. That was the one that technically should have been a no try. And he strolled over pretty easily. And then it was Charlie Staines in the 58th minute. And that was off the back of another Dylan Edwards try assist, doing a beautiful short ball after the Panthers shifted it through a few hands, gets it to Staines, and he charges towards the line and scores. Speaking of that man, Dylan Edwards, Clive Churchill medal winner, and I think it was pretty obvious, and the most deserved out of any player on the field. And seriously, I mean, you could argue he deserved the fucking Dally M this year. He has been incredible, and I've predicted my Kangaroos 24-man squad, and it was pretty much finalised up until this game, and it didn't have Dylan Edwards. I thought he definitely deserved to be there, but just he's obviously going to be behind Tedesco in the fullback role, so he probably won't even get a starting spot in the 17. But I didn't even have him in the extended squad because I could see for some reason them not picking him because they wouldn't need another fullback option with Latrell possibly going there and cover if Tedesco went down. But yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm going to change it right now. Dylan Edwards is going to be in the squad for sure, and if he's not, it's a travesty. It's a crime. And he's been robbed because that was amazing from Edwards, and obviously his try-saving tackle on Bailey Simonson will be talked about for years. The Scott Sadler 2.0, Scott Sadler tackle version 2.0. I know no one will probably shut up about that. But seriously, the parallels are quite remarkable, and that was literally the most exciting part of the game for me. That lifted me up off my seat and made me shout more than anything else, more than any of the other tries. It was that tackle from Dylan Edwards. That was unbelievable. It was unreal, as you could say, as the NRL would like to say for their promotional campaigns for the 2022 season. And that's a wrap for the 2022 season. No more footy, although there is the World Cup to look forward to. Thank God there's more footy to come, because I cannot wait for the 2023 season. Well done, Panthers, winners of the NRL for back-to-back years in 2022. Yo!